Teddy Roosevelt is known to have said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." Hi, I'm Nancy Moore, and I'm the host of the Sharing Passion and Purpose podcast. And today I want to wrap up my theme that I've had going this year, make 2022 the year of you. Now, I've teased it a little bit, but I'm going to talk about comparison here in just a minute. But first of all, along the lines of making 2022 the year of you, I have had several different topics throughout the year, and I'm just going to briefly mention what they are because you can still do them. They haven't expired. They would still be widely helpful, and I think they'll help you on your personal and professional journey. So let me name what they are, so just so you have an idea, and then I'm going to have them all linked in one post, and so they're easy for you to locate and look at if you want to access them. Okay, so the topics that I went over this year: SMART goals, creating a personal mission statement, building your community, networking both personally and professionally, how to find a mentor, my top 2 tips to maximize your LinkedIn profile, creating a bucket list and the importance of creating a bucket list, and then also gratitude. And those were all things that were mini episodes. I think the longest length was about 7 minutes, but typically about 5 minutes in length, just giving you a nudge of encouragement. So I want to wrap up my final thought of make 2022 the year of you about comparison. So I think I've said in the past, just avoid comparison. And now I'm coming around because it is very hard to avoid comparison. And I recently stumbled across an article that talks about making comparison somewhat of a superpower. And the website that I found this on is through Thrive Global. And you all know this is one of my favorite websites for resources. And the article title is How to Use Comparison to Your Advantage. And so I'm going to also link that in this post so you'll be able to access that article and you can read in depth. But I wanted to encourage you to think a little bit outside the box with this. And instead of avoiding comparison, maybe embracing it in a certain way. So the author's take on comparison is comparing yourself to the right people, including yourself, and really coming from the best frame of mind. So not coming from a jealous or competitive place. And so if you can think about that moving forward as far as comparing yourself, I think that will help you reframe your thoughts on comparison. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I wanted to share one personal story about comparison for me. And this is when I worked in sales and I worked for Robert Half and Account Temps. And I had certain quotas. We all had certain quotas that we had to meet monthly and yearly. Actually, quarterly, I think. Anyway, we had certain quotas we had to make, and my boss had set different goals for me, and I truly didn't pay that much attention to the goals. I kind of just put my head down and worked really hard. And one day she said to me when we were going over the numbers, I had fallen short, and she said, you're not meeting your goal that was set. And so I said to her, I am driven by outdoing myself, comparing myself to how I performed last quarter. And I actually did 25% better or whatever it was than I did last quarter. So I was very proud of myself for that. And so it kind of reframed it for her as well in thinking that I was maximizing my numbers, and she kind of also learned that I wasn't competitive with the other people on my team. I was just really competitive with myself, internally competitive. And I've always been like that. I will tell you though, comparison, I do get into the comparison trap. And so that's why I thought it's important to, share an article, a resource article with you. But for the most part, I'm just highly competitive with myself. And so I hope that helped you. So the next episode is going to be my final year-end wrap-up, and it'll also be a short episode, but I am going to share my theme of 2023. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I have some different guests. I have some different ideas for next season. And that's going to be season 5, which is mind-blowing to me. But I can't wait to share that with you next time. Until then, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.